So let's start with mid. Mid has a lot of smokes just right off the bat. As you can see from here, here, and here, these 5 spots, you can smoke so many things right off the bat. Smoking off short, top, mid, connector, window. Right here, this trifecta allows you to smoke all of mid instantly, giving yourself time to cross over from mid when you have that sniper, smoking off connector so you can get to cat really fast, and smoking window so you can get past that operator who's, giving your team a hard time. Hold here, hold D, jump there. It's 100% success rate. Okay, let's just follow the Stralis. The Stralis knows what's up. Now, to do top mid, it's actually really simple. Instead of smoking right here, you can even just do it at the very top of this to get a deeper smoke. And it's just a regular left click throw. So what this does, it kind of gives you an off angle from the con player that's really holding you. And you can just molly connector just like that. Make sure you're aiming at the very top of this truss, giving you mid control. And in case snipers isn't fully popped up yet, what you can do is on the top of this kind of also window frame, you can flash over, which only flashes snipers, giving you an entry flash to shoot them before the smoke pops up if you're fast enough. If not, you can re-smoke window, or you can smoke short. So this is how to smoke short, and if you even want, as soon as that, before you go into B site or into B apps, go into this corner and make sure you notice these figures on the carpet. In the middle of this, you'll want to aim your smoke right in the middle and just do a jump throw. This jump throw will smoke off connector and give you and your team time to push up into cat. Now that's for mid. This is how to take over B. Now to smoke B, this is how you smoke window. Smoking window, you want to aim your crosshair in the middle or in the corner of this building. In the corner of that building, you're going to be doing a jump throw. And this will smoke window. To smoke B doors, you go up to these newspapers, make sure you're in the middle of this dark spot right here, and you're going to be aiming at the very bottom of this beam, a tiny bit next to it, and you're going to do a jump throw. Now this jump throw will smoke inside market, giving full market coverage. Now let's say you want to take sight and you don't know which angle you want to smoke. Now if you want to choose which angle you want, this is how you can smoke right arch. Right arch, you want to aim above this kind of overhead and this antenna, meeting in the middle, and just left click throw. This will smoke right arches. To smoke left arches, you want to go right here onto this kind of board, and you want to aim on the top of this lamp, just slightly above it, and do a jump throw. This will smoke off left arches. Now, to flash in your team whenever they take sight, make sure you aim at the very bottom part of this window and just run throw. This run throw will flash the enemy team on arches and on sight. You can do it once, you can do it twice, and even this run flash. Making sure for this run flash, when you flash for your team, you want to kind of make this corner of this part of the wall into a square. So let's zoom in even closer. Mark out this square part with this angle and make sure you always land it in that spot. So anytime you move away from it, it'll make your flash bounce off and go onto this wall. So in any case your team does a very fast B rush, you have SMGs, you're on your bonus buy, aim for this. So at any point your team does a Mach 10 rush, always aim for that corner, and you're gonna flash. It goes off, flashes arches, flashes sight, flashes people that are outside, gives your team the opportunity to run out and kill everyone. In any moment that if the enemy team is playing deep into van, you can either throw a molly or you can throw a nade. This nade allows for you to deny the enemy, as well as run out and also instantly kill them as they take burn damage. If you want to stop the player that is playing benches right over there, what you can do is go into the corner. Where the hell? In this corner, shift walk, right click throw. Oh, sorry, there was a smoke. Let me just fix that up. So in this corner, in the middle of that cloth, shift run throw, shift walk, throw. What that will do is it'll block the player that are playing deep in this corner, and it will also molly off the people that are playing bench, forcing them to come out to this wide angle where your team will be ready to kill. That is the smokes to handle B. Now here's the smokes on how to handle A. So when your IGL is calling for an A hit, he'll want 3 things. He'll want a CT smoke, he'll want a jungle smoke, and he'll want a stairs smoke. To do a CT smoke, you're going to come straight from CT spawn all the way up to these iron bars and hug it. At these iron bars, you can aim for this wooden bar or beam and grab your smoke. Aim it so that it's at the very edge of that beam, and you're going to grab your smoke, hold it, and jump through it. What that will do is that it will smoke off both CT and ticket. Just like that. Now, to smoke stairs, there's 2 ways of smoking stairs. There's the old CSGO way, which is slightly inefficient, and there's the new smoke. If you have no time and want to set up for a fast retake, you can do this inefficient smoke, which you want to aim at the very top of this white stripe, all the way down near the bottom third with this corner. So right here, grab your smoke, left click throw, and it will smoke stairs. The reason why I say this smoke is inefficient is because, as you can see, not only does it smoke stairs, but it also smokes sandwich, leaving the sandwich player invulnerable and hidden from the smoke. So whenever you as a T player are taking sight, this leaves the sandwich player practically invisible because of this smoke. To do a better smoke, you can come here right in front of this top part. To smoke stairs and jungle at the same time, you're going to want to hug this pillar or this wooden beam and aim for the top right of this brick. This top right brick, you will throw your smoke, left click and right click at the same time, and then throw. What left click and right click does is it gives you a medium throw. While left click gives you the farther throw, right click gives you the shorter throw. Mix that together, you get a stair smoke. Now if you want to smoke con and jungle, well, mostly jungle, aim at the same spot again, and left click throw. This will block off con, and it will block off stairs. Both of these are combination smoke, so if you have another player to give you a smoke, you can just do it right there. But if you have 4 different people doing different things, you'll have one with CT, you'll have one with stairs, you'll have one with jungle. This is how you do the jungle. At these 2 windows, you're going to want to come to this wooden pillar. You're going to want to aim at the very top part of the spiky pillar. And off to the edge of this line right here, come a bit to the left. You're just going to want to left click throw. Just simple as that. It bounces off and it smokes off. Fun. Now, if you pair that with your stair smoke right here, the player who does stairs, so throw that jungle smoke, come into this part, left click, right click, and then jump. It'll smoke stairs, it'll smoke con at the very same time, leaving no gaps and no visibility. Also leaving your sandwich player open. So now that it's out of the way, here's how a simple setup would look like. What you're gonna do? You're gonna have your CT player right off the bat. Come up here. That's not it. Boom. Left click, jump throw. have your stairs player or jungle player go in between here. At this top level with this line off to the left, left click throw. And your last but not least, you're gonna have your stairs smoke right here. Jump throw, left click, right click. Remember, left click, then right click, then jump at the same time. Releasing just a smoke. And you'll have 1, you'll have 2, you'll have 3, all smoke. Now, you're wondering, how am I gonna flash my team in? How are we gonna be able to take sight? This lamp flash is the most god tier flash you'll ever have in the game. I was about to say god awful, but no, it's an amazing flash. Now, what you're gonna do, just like the lamp at apartments, you're gonna want to aim at the very top of this kind of spiky part, and you're just gonna grab your flash. Boom! Just like that, your team is entered. Now, if I'm a CT player, you throw that flash, I'm blind. Your team's already in. I'm stuck. Your Plows players are coming out. Everything's smoked. Everything's flashed. I'm scared. I'm mentally strucken. And boom, you have sight taken down. As a CT, your important job, there's many important jobs. Let's explain them step by step. First is one of your most important ones, your mid player. As a mid player, your job is to get any info, any pocket shots as best you can. So in this case, you have someone breaking in your vents. You open up and you're instantly peeking. As soon as you get that first shot off, you notice there's another player. You back off, and this is smoked. Window is smoked. You're stuck. You don't know what to do. You kind of have to wait this out, right? But no, for long. If you aim your crosshair right here in the kind of middle part of this tile, or on the top left of this tile, aim at the very bottom, right click, jump throw. That's not a nade. Hold on. Now, you're gonna wanna jump throw, pop open, take your first peek, boom, take another shot. If not, if it's no longer smoked, you don't know how to peek, you can always stand in front of this kind of bench, flash, and what it does is it'll bounce off and it'll open up for mid flash. So let's say if I were a mid player and you threw that flash in that specific angle, I'm flashed. I will just barely be able to see you because you're peeking right here in that corner. So as soon as you throw that flash, turn around, come over to this corner, boom, take your pocket shot. If not, whoops, that's my no clip. Do that flash again, boom, take a wider shot. Your choice can vary. And as your mid player, you'll always want to, as soon as you hear that there's a con player, throw a nade, throw a molly, and you can deny them pushing. If not, you can take tick damage. They can take tick damage and leave your con player to handle it. Now, let's talk about con. Con is one of the more heavy inducing kind of information holders on top of your sniper's player. So not only are they able to hear your chair right around this corner, they'll also be able to hear who else is top mid. Because the range of hearing in this angle, while you're holding underpass, you can hear from chair, you can hear all the way from top mid as well. But more noticeably, you can hear what is top mid and what is chair. While your sniper's player is going to be able to hear who is underpass. And not only is it going to be your sniper's player, it's going to be your cat player most efficiently. Because cat can hear so many things on top. And your job as a underpass player is to hold for a specific angle where they might peek. What I mean by that is, let's say they do a mid take. They have one person lurking for underpass, and they have 2 people, 3 people taking mid. Your job is you're going to hear who's top mid, who's chair, and you're going to point that out to your snipers player and to your cat player. They will do whatever it takes using flashes, whatever, to retake that angle or fight that angle. Doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be retake. They can give up that angle and fight for whatever. It depends on the situation. In this situation, you have one player that's likely to be lurking. You're going to be holding for this angle, and if your cat player hears for underpass, your sniper player will molly it. That's where you can change your direction to play by this box. This box allows you to see cat, and it allows you to see underpass, or allows to see bottom mid. If you want to fight this angle on your own, literally look up, flash up, turn around, let that flash pop, and you'll be able to catch whoever's here and top mid, allowing for 2 free players. Now let me demonstrate that again. You grab your flash, aim at whatever top you're looking at, and just start run right click. That run right click will allow bottom mid, will allow top mid and chair to be flashed. So let's do it again. Look at the top, right click, and it'll pop. So here's what it looks like on the enemy side. As soon as the enemy throws that flash, I'm blind. I'm caught out. I'm either picked off from here or here. That's for top mid. Now if I'm a chair player and I'm holding like deep angle, of course I won't see it. But if I want to greed and I want to take this fight, you flash me right here, I'm kind of flashed. So realistically, it isn't for a chair flash. It's more of top mid. So that's my fault there. You throw this flash, top mid is flashed. Nothing will happen to you. You will be able to get a free kill at most and then run back. Because as you throw this flash, or even better, you can bounce it and let it pop. This is a delayed flash if you want. You can do so many things to deny that. So if you are flashed, or if you're smoked off, like say you're smoked off here, you can nade it and pick off who's trying to play close or who's playing cat. So let's say the smoke landed deeper. Me as a con player, I'm not able to do a lot. But if I have this nade, it opens so many more possibilities, especially when it's smoked. So let's smoke it again. Now, I can't see anything, right? But if I grab my nade, and I just slightly throw it, it opens it up. I take a tiny bit of damage, but that gives me more utility of finding out who is fast pushing. Or, if I can just grab whoever I want. Because I can always just spam through, right? But that will give my location away, and that will be able for them to receive and then give back that damage. That's why nading is a good surprise, as it allows you to fight a 1v1 or a 1v2, depending how you want. Or, better yet, you can even molly close. Deny them from entering con. There's so many situations you can do. You just have to think, and you have to take your time to assess what you want to do with what util you have. So that's your con player. Now, the 2 important parts of this position, the most important one by far, I would have to say, is your A player. Your A lurker, if not your A anchor, is going to be the last person who rotates to either side. Your A and B lurkers. A lurker, as soon as he spawns, he will spawn and he'll throw a molly, deny them from entering sight. As soon as that molly is off, he's going to continue jiggling back and forth just to find out who is where. That gives you so much time to figure out, as your mid players, your cat, your snipers, your con players, to fight that mid and to let your anchor players just assess what is happening. Because your anchor players are the ones assessing this information and then digesting what is about to happen next. Because they're going to be constantly thinking with you guys, not just because they're anchoring sight and just holding it, going back and forth all the time. They're thinking, are they going to do an A push as soon as something happens, or what is going on, what is happening, why is it so quiet. That gives them time to set up for many possibilities that they have to deal on their own. Because let's say that your con, your cat, your snipers player, it's so chaotic, you can't do anything. But as your anchor player, you notice as you're jiggling, you see someone caught off guard and they see you. You're now caught in another 1v1 while your team is fighting mid. That's why it's so important, because if you don't have that anchor player, you can let that T player that's coming out of a ramp for free. And it'll leave your entire team to be caught off guard and for site to be instantly taken. Now, in a situation where site is taken, we can do a retake smoke. So everyone's ready for a retake. You have one player with you on CT. You have two or three people hanging out in jungle or stairs. A good flash you can do is in front of this garbage can, aiming at this very corner, coming down to the right. Sorry. You want to grab your flash and you just want to left click. What it does is it'll give you a sort of a pop flash, bouncing off of that angle, flashing everyone on site besides your team. Well, yes, your team, but more of the enemy because they're more exposed. If you're retaking on stairs, you always need to make sure that you can molly off firebox, because there's always going to be a player hiding in firebox, and that'll force them to come out. Or if your anchor player wants to do a different position and wants to hide in Palace or hide in Hell, what he can do is if he hears players coming out of A main, he can instantly flash for himself from this angle. And a way to position yourself easily for this angle is meeting up with this kind of support beam in the middle of this bar. Go all the way from the middle and meet all the way to this middle bar or middle beam. Grab your flash and you're going to want to jump throw. That gives your anchor a lot of time to wide swing and to take some early shots. At the same time, if you want that same player who's anchoring to deny sight, you can grab his smoke and literally just aim at the very top of this beam, aim in the middle of that beam at the top of it, like right next to it, and just throw a smoke. That denies the Palace player from pushing out. So again, let's review. In the middle of this beam on this support, you want to aim all the way to the right, meeting up with this middle pillar, and jump throw, so that you have time to instantly flash the enemy team and to get early shots. You won't be flashed in the meantime. Now, let's talk about cat players. Cat seems like an unnecessary role. It seems sort of useless kind of having them around, because look, what are they looking at? They're not looking at anything besides Khan and whoever's probably, on top of the bench. But the one thing that a lot of people don't underestimate is how much that cat player can hear. As hearing is an important value in this game, this cat player can hear in underpass who's running, in apps who's running, all the way at this entrance, by the way. So if I'm running all the way up here, my team can just tell out for me while I'm on cat. There's a lot of players at apps. So that tells them that they can send two people from con or snipers to rotate, letting me deal with either one person playing with cat, or I can instantly, deny the apps player's sight, just like this. These are two ways to clear sight, or to deny them entry to sight. But it's that info that you hear with your cat player that gives your team so much value. Just like your con player that hears top, mid, and tier. Just like your A anchor who's able to see everything on site. So always make sure when you're playing cat, you use your ears of yours to hear what is going on. Because it can be confusing at first, but there's a distinct hearing when you come up all the way into apps or when you go onto the stairs. Now you may not hear it, but if you distinctly hear it, just listen. You can hear gravel, but with the stairs, you sound like you're running on dirt or running on concrete. That's the main difference of the two. Being able to hear on those stairs into the transition, because that transition from concrete to wood is very distinct, and it leaves your cat player giving you so much information of what they're trying to do. They are trying to do either a mid split, they're trying to do either an underpass lurk with one player lurking apps. So just remember, as a cat player, to use your ears, and that's it. Now, following the last role, it's your B anchor. Now, B anchor really doesn't have that much, but it kind of has a semi-important rule. I always like to think that as a B player, I want to hold and get as much info inside B apps as possible. So if my cat player isn't playing site and I'm alone, all my own on B, always, as soon as round starts, molly apps just in that window right here. In that window, it gives you so much deniability on the enemy team that it gives you so much space to come over here and continue to jump. This jumping part gives you so much info on who's peeking who. Now, as I'm jumping, it leaves a lot of audible noise for the enemy team to hear. They'll know that I'm on site, but they won't know that if there's a cat player on site or if it's just me. They have to take that gamble, right? So they'll use their util to get on site, and as soon as I see one, I can back off, I can play on bench, and I can just start taking my 1v1s or hide behind bench. So then whenever I flash, they get flashed, and then I can just start fighting. Now, you think that flash might not actually work, but funny enough, it bounces off and leaves me fully blind. So as a note, when you're playing B anchor, you can also rotate, but you have to be very confident in a way that you're able to leave without any consequences. Because if you get faked out, that's on you as a player. There's not really a lot of things you can do as a CT on terms of smokes, since it's mostly T side that has to use a lot of that utility to gain control. But as a general rule of thumb, the one thing you want to keep careful of is if they're taking site, make sure you molly firebox. So molly firebox, and if they're in palace, make sure you smoke off palace. And if they're in A main, grenade A main as best you can. Or even throw a molly onto Tetris. Get off that Tetris player. If you want to throw into A main, same thing. Just right there. So those are the main things you want to, again, think of. Molly Tetris. Smoke Palace. Molly Xbox. Or Molly Firebox. Those are your three main ones you want to take care of. Now, if you're on B, it's kind of more harder. Because on a B retake, you can just flash this window. And you can deal with people that are, playing on the outside. So, if I'm here, enemy throws a flash. Oh, I gotta look away. He jumps out. I can get cleared. Or, if I'm playing arches, enemy throws a flash. Oh, fuck. I got flashed. I gotta look away. But if I peek, I'll probably die. Or, if I'm apps, same thing. Same thing applies. If I'm hiding in apps, he throws a flash. Oh, I'm flashed. It's really hard as a CT player to really retake this site, because you kind of have to take really ballsy plays. You have to use a lot of utility, you have to use flashes to be creative with, take site. You kind of have to also jump out to clear one side, not knowing if you get cleared on the left, right? So you gotta make sure when retaking sites, you have that full coordination and you're able to really kind of time at the same, you have to get that timing right with your team, and you won't know if it will go wrong or not. anyways, that's my tutorial on Mirage. Thank you. Peace out. What am I missing? I think I'm missing them. Molly Palace. I don't really cover Palace that much, but simple.